When you need advice, come to Ben and Kelly. It's group therapy on 99.7 DJX.
Hi, is this Hannah? We'll call you Hannah.
Hi. Yes, it is.
Hi there. Hey, by the way, thank you so much for allowing us to talk to you about this. And I know your request was to have your voice disguised, and I think we're good there. So no worries here, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I can tell you're a little nervous. It's fine.
Yeah. All right. So tell us what's going on.
Okay. So my fiance proposed to me a couple weeks ago, and since then, all of my girlfriends and all of my family have been asking to see the ring, and do we have a date yet, and how did he do it? So, well, when we tell people, everyone kind of gushes because he really did go all out. It was super romantic. It was very thoughtful. It was well planned, and it was honestly the most amazing moment of my life.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Yeah.
But last time that I told the story, my fiance actually said, well, I can't take the credit. And I kind of looked at him funny and said, what do you mean you can't take all the credit? And I was shocked by his response. He said, well, I wrote a check.
What do you mean he wrote a check?
Well, he told me he had a wedding party planner person plan the whole proposal for him.
Oh, I didn't even actually know that was a thing.
I didn't either. I was 8 years old when I realized that could be done.
Right.
I didn't know it was a thing either. So apparently this party planner had the idea and everything. He just told them he wanted a big, amazing proposal, and they did all the work.
Okay, so he didn't even come up with any sort of like a ballpark idea. He just said,
No.
you come up with something amazing, I'll show up and bring her.
Yeah, and write the check.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So you're feeling some sort of way about it now.
Yeah. Yeah. The more I think about it, the angrier and more annoyed I get. I don't know if I should be hurt because it wasn't his original thought. He just wrote a check.
Uh-huh.
I feel a little lied to. I don't know if does it matter that it wasn't his idea or not? Do I sound ungrateful? I feel like I sound ungrateful, but it was so perfect.
I was going to say, if it really, I think the heart of the matter is that he wanted it to be amazing and big for you and perfect. And he didn't, I think he was putting that pressure on himself. He didn't want to let you down by having a lackluster proposal. So I think that's why he went this route, because he wanted it to be amazing and perfect. And it sounds like it was.
Hannah, do you like expensive things and big things and
big gestures?
Yeah, big gestures and stuff like that. Is that your love language?
I have been called extravagant. Yes. Yep.
Okay.
I do like really bold, big gestures. Like if we're watching a rom-com, I'm like, see, that's how a proposal should be done, or that is how a proposal should not be done.
Yeah.
Okay. So he thought you want it to play out like a movie scene, and so maybe that's why he did this.
Hannah, let me tell you a quick little story about fiance to be who was trying to come up with the most perfect way to propose to his girlfriend, and then wound up having a few beers, realizing it's April 1st.
Oh, God.
Planning to say, you know what I'm going to do? Instead of the perfect proposal, I'm going to pretend like I'm breaking up with her. And then at the last second, I'm going to say April Fools. I'm going to get down on one knee and everything will be great.
And the breakup collage will say, will you marry me? I'm sure she's going to look at it.
Yeah. And so that story is actually my engagement story, which I've apologized to my now wife many times over. And she's like, you know what? Look, that's our story. I had the ring for so many weeks trying to figure out the perfect way to propose, and I couldn't. I guess I'm saying all this to say...
to make you feel so much better about what you got.
At least you got a grand proposal and not your fiance saying he wants to break up with you.
Yes.
Yeah, that is a rom-com proposal.
See, you know what, Hannah? You and I probably could have worked out.
Yep, that's the spin that he needed. Yes, very good. Yes,
that is a rom-com proposal. You're right. Well, hey, Hannah, we do have several people texting in and everything.
Some different perspectives for you. Yeah,
to give you a little perspective. But just know that everyone who's texting in and calling and stuff like that, they mean well. Okay.
Yes, they do. They have the best of intentions in their heart.
Yeah, exactly. And we just want you to feel good about, your upcoming, wedding and your relationship. Congratulations, I think, are in order from us. And
we have a Michael Graves toaster, so if you want to invite us to the wedding.
Yeah, that has your name on it. But yeah, Hannah, congratulations, I think, is the main thing.
I get why you're a little upset about it, but I think in the grand scheme of things, he pulled off an amazing proposal, and that's your story.
We're just kind of trying to talk you down from the ledge and make you a little, deep breaths and everything.
Love the moment again.
Yeah, everything's going to be okay. But I appreciate you actually, having the guts to tell us what you probably need to. I don't know. Does she tell her fiance this or?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think this is why we're talking. We're hashing it out here, so we don't need to tell him about that.
When I tell the story to other people, do I have to include this part of the story?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe that's what you share with him. Like, hey, maybe, next time when we share a story, we leave the part out that you just paid somebody else to come up with the idea, okay?
Yeah.
Because it's perfect, and let's just describe that scene. And you go ahead and take the credit for it.
Hannah, thank you for chatting with us this morning.
Thank you so much. I feel better. Thank you.
Okay, good. Yay! I think we helped.
You did.
Yay. Danielle texts in and says, he's a dude. That's a dude move. Just go with it. Lisa's like, hey, at this point, why even disguise her voice? That dude knows he's being called out because no one does this. He wanted it to be perfect. It's all good. Just enjoy the thought behind it.
Yeah, JT on Facebook. Good Lord, these ridiculous first world problems. The dude wanted to do something special. He obviously didn't feel his ideas were good enough for you. Now I understand why. So he went all out and hired help. You were still not happy. I don't want to sound ungrateful. It wasn't perfect, but not, it was perfect, but not personal. He proposed to you. What more do you want, Geezo Pete? So again, they have the best of intentions with these comments.
How did your proposal not go the way you thought it would? 502-795-1997. Already stories from Mallory and Mark where there's a stroke involved.
Oh, gosh.
All right. So we'll get to some of those coming up here next on 99.7 EJX. How did your proposal not go the way you thought it would? We just heard from Hannah, not a real name, who found out that her fiance hired a service to do this big proposal. She was a little miffed because she was like, I wish he hadn't told me that. And actually, she is getting some support from listeners. E says he's kind of taken the magic out of it by telling her that he didn't come up with it. I don't think she should feel bad because she's hurt. She does need to tell him, though, because you don't want to start a marriage based on lies. And if she can't be honest with him about this, what other things will she feel the need to hide from him? So there's a thought as well. But what and how did your proposal go sideways? From Mallory. I proposed to my husband on our front porch right after he got off work. Ruined his entire plan to take me and our son for a family hike picnic and proposed to me himself that upcoming weekend. I have a bad habit of micromanaging and felt it was time we got engaged. We'd been together for 7 years at the time. Whoops! So there's Mallory. Mark said my dad had a mini stroke the day I planned to propose.
Oh, my gosh.
He insisted I not change my plans because of him. So I, quote, very romantically proposed in our apartment when I got back from the hospital.
Oh, well, that's sweet. I mean, that couldn't be helped, obviously.
Yeah. Jasmine said, I almost said no when my husband proposed. I was so mad he took me away from studying to drag me on a drive into the country. She's like, dang it, I need to study.
Yes,
I don't have time for this.
Trust me. I don't want to look at the country.
I don't have time for this. Andrew texted in and said, my ex took me into Walmart and forced me to buy her a ring. I really had no interest in actually marrying her, so that was awkward. We didn't last.
Oh, wow. But you know what? He should have been thanking his lucky stars that she could have settled for Walmart rings. right?
That there, maybe.
Probably
Yeah.
less expensive.
Sure. How your proposal went sideways. Samantha said, I don't know if this counts, but I was actually breaking up with my boyfriend of almost 2 years. Our relationship was almost all long distance from military deployments. After I said it was over, he said he had planned to propose in about 6 months.
Oh,
I then had to walk through why I would not accept a proposal from him, including that this was the first time we had spoken in a month. Yeesh.
oh wow. Oh yeah. No, that's not going to be a really close relationship if you haven't spoken in a month. Bless her heart. Oh gosh. Oh, Nina. We were already engaged. He cheated on me, so I left. And about a week later, he had the brilliant idea of re-proposing. Like I would be thrilled to marry his cheating butt then and there and everything would be fixed. Nope.
Okay.
He's like, okay, I got the perfect plan.
Right.
It's going to make her forget about everything.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to propose again.
Mm-hmm. And then Brandy, how did your proposal go sideways? She was like, so my now husband planned a super romantic night with dinner at my favorite restaurant, followed by a walk along the riverfront. Kind of figured something was up, but I didn't say anything. And so we walked and walked and walked and walked. It was hours. We finally went back home and we were laying in bed and I was like, hey, did you have something you wanted to do tonight? And he kind of looked sad and was like, yeah. I go, I'm going to say yes, right? He goes, I know that, but I'm still so nervous.
Oh my gosh.
So I get out of bed and make him get up and he's like, what? I go, come on, you're not asking me in the house. So we went on another walk through our neighborhood and he did the down on one knee thing and then asked me. I think it's cute. That's funny.
Oh, that's adorable.
He started to chicken out and he was like, I don't know if she's going to ask.
And then, Rhonda, I worked at a bingo hall and my ex-husband now and I was we're married at the bingo hall. He proposed to me in front of the bingo hall.
Nice.
I did not want to get married, but I also did not want to embarrass him or myself in front of the bingo hall. So, of course, I had to accept, and it lasted maybe 3 years.
Wow, she gave him 3 years.
Okay.
All right. Because we've always talked about those public proposals and I cringe. I don't like the public proposals.
Yeah.
But we've always said, hey, if you're in that, just say yes, regardless of whether or not you actually want to marry this person. And then
you can have the second thoughts later.
Yeah. And then just say, hey, you remember when I said yes? Let's roll that back. I actually mean no. So, anyways, all right. Hey, thank you so much for the stories. That was group therapy.